Welcome back for match 3. This is Old Man Poole. We have just had the best names for our opponents in these matches. Dr. Sea Lion is also just too good, too good. We've won the dice roll, and we are going to play first. And I think we keep this hand. We've had an awful lot of two-landers. We do have a Top Crop Skirmisher and an Essence Scatter. That's a good amount of early game interaction. We're a little bit far off finding green, which is unfortunate. Samut is almost just a dead card for us at this point. But if we find a couple of lands, we can play Naga Oracle. That helps us, fixes our mana for pretty much the rest of the game. I think I'm going to keep... I think it's likely my opponent's an aggressive deck. That often seems to be what you find the third round. Evolving Wilds means that's a little less likely, but not impossible. Okay, that's not a land. We do need to find those lands. Let's see what my opponent drops here. Ooh, also island. We might be playing a sweet matchup here. Blue-green, blue-green. Top Crop Skirmisher of his own. Okay. So, us not hitting land drops here will be pretty bad. That was a pretty good land drop. And I need to find one more before crazy excited, but... you do have an Essence Scatter for what he plays here, and we can trade off Skirmishers without too much hesitation. One just passes as well. Okay, one more land, that's all I need, deck. One more. Alright. Well, unfortunate, but... my opponent seems like he's having a little bit of a slow draw too, so maybe we'll be able to get away with it. Again, once we hit Naga Oracle, we gotta find lands at least. Okay, Initiate's Companion. I think we just want to Essence Scatter that. He might be kind of trying to play around a counterspell, but I think that the 3-1 is actually pretty relevant. My opponent also stuck on lands. We're looking remarkably similar here. We did find one there though. What if he just wants to trade? Probably don't need to. Let's do our Naga Oracle and we can set up Colossopede in the next turn. We did find 2 forests too, which is nice. Means if we do get to Sandworm Convergence, we can do it. Okay, I'm gonna put the Naga Oracle in the graveyard. I think the cancel too, and just gonna kill it and keep the island. Okay. Yeah, that's interesting. We both missed a land drop. Yeah. Our turns are kind of eerily similar. Woohoo! Vizier the Menagerie is great. We can kill it in 2 turns, but he's gonna get some value off of it first. Alright. Yeah, alright. That is a good one for sure. Bear that in mind with our counter spells and our later matchups. We could probably get in with a Naga Oracle for free here. I don't think he would block. We really care that much. If he does block, it's pretty bad for us, but I don't think he would risk his Vizier. I think we're going to play our Colossopede, and I don't think we're going to bother attacking. I think we can win the value match with a pretty good hand here. Finding red for Samut would be nice, but obviously, the splash card you're not always going to be able to play, so... Alright, my opponent's got the opportunity for a lot of card advantage. Excuse me. A lot of card advantage here. He is only on 4 lands, though. And I think he's going to be pretty incentivized to play creatures whenever he can. Champion of Baroness. I don't know if we got to see if that was from his hand or not. Okay, it looks like he played it from the top of the deck since he played a forest there. I guess maybe not. That's just my suspicion. Okay, well, definitely using the Colossopede for Touche right now. You could have +2/+2, but even that doesn't fare super well for my opponent. He'd get some value off of it right away. Potter's Mark. Yeah, okay, yeah. That's rough. Alright, well, Colossopede can get in at least. And is a pretty big threat. So next turn we'll play Shimmerscale Drake, and that ends up being pretty okay too. Ugh. Not being able to kill off the Vizier was bad for us though. Both of our hard counters are in the graveyard now, so there's no point in holding the Essence, the Winds of Rebuke, to try and bounce it. Stupid Vizier. I've only seen it once before in the format, and it thoroughly crushed me. It's a good one. Okay. Interesting. He's probably gonna use the Champion Aronis to put something into play then? Yeah. Interesting that you played the Decimator Beetle first. Chef and Monitor. Yeah. Opponent's getting rapidly out of hand here. Okay, well, that's a pretty good draw. The Decimator Beetle is going to start causing problems, although I guess if he swings, the Colossopede trades. I guess we want to leave that back on defense. So we're just going to play our Drake, and then go and find a red for Samut. So he's got the value engine, but we're not out of it yet. Have some high impact cards. My opponent's not careful. He can always die to the Shimmerscale Drake too. Definitely fortunate that my opponent was able to cast the Decimator Beetle off the Vizier. A lot of instances where he just would not have been able to get there. Giant Spider's a pretty good answer to the Drake though. Man, he had Potter's Mark. So many things, so many things. Well, Sandworm Convergence I think is our best bet for winning. I mean, Vizier is pretty good, Sandworm Convergence is still goes over the top. But so the problem is if we swing with Colossopede, he just trades it with the Sheffet Monitor. Samut's pretty good as a surprise, but not tons else. Maybe you just want to cycle the Vizier. You consider Winds of Rebuking our Naga Oracle and then playing it again. Trying to dig towards Sandworm Convergence that way. I think I'm just going to cycle the Vizier here. I think we need to find something. Probably should have untapped an island there, actually. But okay. Yeah, there's a sensor. Okay, we'll pass back to my opponent. You're gonna be a Planeswalker in the next set, buddy. You've never been a real exciting looking card to me, but you got there, I guess. Even Initiate. Okay, it doesn't fare super well against the Shimmerscale Drake. I think I'm okay with that. I wonder how much value there is in keeping Submit as a trick. My opponent is playing some pretty big stuff, so maybe it doesn't trade super effectively against a lot of it. Okay, opponent is coming in with Decimator Beetle. Toss down the Colossopede, I imagine. And we'll block. Probably got some sort of trick, but we can Winds of Rebuke and kind of get him. Maybe not. Odd. Huh. What could that indicate? Mistake? I mean... Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm just going to cycle the sensor away here. Again, I want to find like Sandworm Convergence. I think that's our best way of winning the game. Angler Drake's pretty good though too. That pretty effectively gets through those. Yeah, I like drawing Angler Drake there quite a bit. So we could bounce like the Giant Spider, get in with the Avian Initiate, or get in with the Shimmerscale Drake past the Avian Initiate. We could bounce the Zir, but that doesn't do tons right now. I think we do just want to play this as a big threat. I don't know if there's really a reason to put it off. So yeah, I think we're just going to bounce the Giant Spider. And get in with our Drake. And we have some big flyers. That may be enough to finish off the game too. I'm stalling out a little bit behind a pretty good defense. One still doesn't know about the Samut. Ooh. Oh, just Sandworm. I saw 8 mana, I was like, oh no, Sandworm Convergence, but we're safe. We're safe, just Giant Spider again. Okay. So I'm gonna keep the island in hand, I think. I guess maybe we should bring that Tall Crop Skirmisher. I don't really know if that's gonna end up mattering. I'm gonna attack with both my Drakes here. Actually, I guess we just attack the Angler Drake. He wants to double block, we'll use a trick. Looks like that is how it's going down. Alright, let's bounce the Ava Initiate. Okay, lost a Curator, Mysteries in the Sensor. One lost a Sensor and a Tall Crop Skirmisher. And I'm just gonna bring back the Tall Crop Skirmisher, I think. I don't think he has great attacks anymore. I kinda wanna use Samut as a surprise. Okay, Cultivator I'm perfectly fine with. Imagine he's really just drawing off the top of his deck, though. Wish it was a little bit easier to see what was on top of the deck and what wasn't. Okay. So we're gonna play one of these lands. Do we want to get in with Samut at this point? We could swing with both of these. That's gotta block 1, so 3. I don't think we're quite to the point where we can really get my opponent. So let's just swing with our flyers. Angler Drake still showing off how good it is. I love this card. I haven't had the chance to play with it as much in the format as I would like, but... And no combat trick, just a chump. Alright, and we'll pass. So if my opponent doesn't do anything, we'll probably drop the Samut at the end of our next turn. And then if we draw a creature, we're not real far off getting dead. Okay. My opponent had a really strong mid-game, but I think we've certainly drawn more luckily than he has at the end. Okay, so let's see. If we drop a Samut here, block takes 3, so he's down to 5 no matter what. Blocks there, double blocks there, takes 4. So if we got one more creature, I think we got it. Or he doesn't have a great set of blocks. All right. Ancient Crab. So we play the Ancient Crab and swing with it. The genius. So again, I'm pretty sure he blocks like that. Blocks like that. Takes 3, goes to 5. Blocks like that. Chump blocks. He just doesn't have great blocks thereafter, I don't think. Trade up for the Claws VBS to use the Vizier. That's assuming it has something. Alright, go my my Ancient Crab, go. Okay, yeah, we're just gonna go for it here. Put my opponent very low. He has to make some bad blocks. And we're at 20, so I don't think this can go disastrously ever. Putting you dead right now. Still not great. Okay, trades there. Chumps. Blocks. Okay, takes 4. Only got a couple of chump blocks. Seems pretty good. Okay. Only you had Trample Samut, but that's still pretty great. We have any 2 creatures we have are lethal. I guess the Crab and the Skirmisher aren't quite, but he's got to really hope he draws creature after creature after creature off the top here. Oh, that's not a bad start. But even then, he's still in kind of in chump block mode. He has to find a flying defender. The army of Talk Drop Skirmishers, though. Yeah, okay. The opponent calls out the GG. Alright, so lots of flyers kind of got us there. So opponent's playing kind of just a ground poundy value deck. Estimator Beetle, Rampeter Baroness, Vizier of the Menagerie. Also 1 Censor. Let's write that down. Anti-Patcher's Mark. So let's see. Does anything seem real good against him? Didn't see tons of reason to play another Winds of Rebuke. Wrappings probably fine against him. Scribe the Mindful, Ancient Crab. Ancient Crab seemed fine, but not like necessary really either. Played a lot of kind of middle threats, but a lot of kind of bigger ones as well. Again, I don't think we need Open to Wonder. Sting Shot didn't seem great. What looks bad in our deck? I like our counter spells. I like... maybe Winds of Rebuke just isn't at its best against my opponent. We didn't see anything that we get value off of. It's funny, I think we've seen the Talk Drop Skirmisher when we have the Labyrinth Guardians combined. But yeah, maybe just like that. Alright, submit. And hope we can steal one more game here. Hand's pretty good. It's, again, a little bit slow. Having a 2-drop would be ideal, but we're going to keep this for sure. We have a Weaver of Currents into Naga Oracles, and that tends to be pretty good. Let's see if he has to not go looking for black again. That's our real dream. Last time he had to use his Evolving Wilds to grab, I think green, might have been blue, one of the two, because I think he was a little bit light on mana, but Talk Drop Skirmisher is not our favorite card to see there, but not the end of the world either. I'll take a couple of points of damage, 4 from it total, because we're not going to trade the Weaver of Currents away. As foretold, beginning of your upkeep, put a time counter on it. Once per turn, you must pay 0 rather than pay the mana cost of a spell you cast. The convert mana cost is X or less. Alright, opponent is doing it here with his free spells. What? That's such a combo, actually. I didn't even think about that. So you play this, and you play Vizier of the Menagerie? Or I guess it's once each turn. Never mind, it's like you just play everything for free! But it's once per turn. That's still sweet, though. I have not yet seen as foretold. Oh, it's even got the Bolus Horns. You did a good job with that iconography in this set. There, Weaver. And follow it up with a bajillion Naga Oracles. That doesn't find us Sandworm conversions. Who knows what will. Okay. As foretold, creeps larger. It's interesting, this is very much a tempo card. And just a little bit too expensive to get off the round, too. Like, the difference between this and something like Aether Vial is pretty numbing. Like, Aether Vial just starts going almost immediately. As foretold, you have to get up to 3 mana before it has great value. Let's play a Naga Oracle. He could have something like Pouncing Cheetah. Makes me a little bit scared to swing with our Weaver. But on the other hand, maybe we don't care that much. I mean, playing the Oracle first so we can see what we're coming up to. I'm gonna bottom the island. Kind of like having cancel. We want censor. Maybe not, honestly. Maybe we don't even really want any of these. None of these are super high impact cards. Next turn we can play another Naga Oracle. And then we just get closer and closer to playing something like Sandworm Convergence or a red source. Yeah, I don't even know if I really want either of those. I guess the real question is if we want cancel next turn. Or is that better or worse than our average card? I guess I think we keep cancel. I think I am just... No, I'm not going to swing here. I want to be able to play Naga Oracle and have a cancel available. And it's pretty bad if he's got like a Pouncing Cheetah for us. Interesting. It was not... I guess he just had the sensor. Okay. So picking up here. So Decimator Beetle or something like that seems not super unlikely. Unrikudu is good for us. That's always going for. And I think we're in a pretty good spot at this point. Play another Naga Oracle. It's a little bit suspicious that we'll have something here, but one can't really do anything about it. Now we're gonna put all those on bottom, I think. Actually, I guess I kind of want to draw the Evolving Wilds because I want another land and I want to find a red. Put those in the graveyard. Gonna put this on top. And just gonna pass. With our cancel available. And as foretold is rapidly becoming able to cast anything for free. Maybe a little bit obvious we have a counterspell here. We actually don't have a great way of dealing with that. I guess we can use Cartouche of Strength. He's just gonna bring it back. It's the problem with if we cancel it. I think I'd rather hit something like the Vizier or the Decimator Beetle. It does slow him down a little bit. We can't keep cancel up next turn if we can use the Cartouche. I kind of like using Cartouche, I think. Okay, keep those Naga Oracles up. Okay, there's Sandworm Convergence and Colossipede. I just kind of want to work my way up to Sandworm Convergence, I think. So I think I'm actually going to bin the Colossipede. And I'm going to put Sandworm Convergence on top, and then the island on top. Oh, actually we need to draw Sandworm Convergence first. The Evolving Wilds is a little bit rough there. We actually should have used that first, probably. So I guess that on top. That on top. So I'll at least draw that. That was a little bit bad. Yeah, that definitely could have been played better, because we could have, like, played the Samut next turn, maybe like Cartouche. Yeah, okay, mistakes were made. Definitely could have managed that a little bit better. My opponent's draws looked super clunky, so I don't know if it's really gonna matter, but A little bit rough. So you could have the Apatras, whatever now. Mark of Apatra. Yep, he does. Okay, that's fine. We're just gonna go ahead and swing with this Naga Oracle. Oh, that was bad too. I put on the wrong one. Alright. A bunch of getting a little bit complacent there. A bunch of pretty not great plays in a row, but yep. Take 3. And we do have a very reasonable clock from the Aven Initiate. Like, that series of plays could be pretty impactful as far as us losing the game. Blade Warrior. Don't care about that too much. Okay. I'm gonna get in with our one of our oracles here. Yeah, Magic Online's been kind of awkwardly laggy. Hopefully that's not ruining the sound too much for you guys. So I'm not going to draw the extra island, I'm just going to use the Evolving Wilds. So we can play Samut. But we definitely could have sequenced that play better. We could have cracked the Evolving Wilds first, utilized the Naga Oracle, and then I think we'd be in a much happier position. But force of habit, unfortunately, kind of got the better of us. I usually wait 2 Evolving Wilds to my opponent's next turn. But does not make up for the fact that it was wrong. And Slitherblade, I am very happy to see Slitherblade. We're just gonna go ahead and crack this, and then we've got Sandworm Convergence available. So I guess it's probably better to get a forest over a mountain. Just make sure that we can play it. Sandworm Convergence will win us the game. Yes, Convergence is better. I was being greedy with my value train. So I didn't play our last match as well as we should have. But Sandworm Convergence tends to just win the game, so. And about the only thing you can have that really gets us here is Lay Claim. You could have that. Obviously we haven't shown him anything that he really needs to Lay Claim. He's a mana off of it right now. Okay, take 1 from the Slitherblade. It might be correct just to Illusory Wrappings that. Although, that's not real great. Ever. Okay, let's start getting in. Here we're gonna play our crop. Yeah, okay. Blocking all around. Okay, it's fine with me. Trades off the Naga Oracle and just chumps for the worm. Yeah, I guess we play Wrappings. On the Slitherblade, since I think that's his only real way of getting 3 damage. Play Skirmisher, and then we've got Cancel available if he's got anything exciting too. Yeah, you think Wrapping the Slither is correct? I think I like it there. He could still play things like Cartouches and make it a little bit bigger, although we haven't seen tons that works for it in the deck. I'm a little bit surprised that this is my match 3 opponent. That might be a little bit, I don't know, a little bit rude. But it feels like this is kind of a handful of cards. Like As Foretold is kind of interesting. He's got a bunch of like low-cost creatures and Vizier. I guess Vizier with low-cost creatures isn't all bad, but I don't like As Foretold. I don't really like Slitherblade unless you're going really hard on that deck. Maybe he's just had awkward draws. He does have a lot of 2 drops. Maybe he just hopes to get underneath his opponent more often. But as it stands, it's like Doesn't have tons. Yeah, we have 2 counter spells in hand. I guess we should leave the Naga Oracle back. Yeah, just continuing to chump. I'm perfectly fine with that. Yep. Center Convergence is hard to beat. It's funny, we haven't had all that much ramp, but I think we played just kind of slower, grindier matchups, and the Worms have... I mean, this is the 3rd time I've resolved this, I think, and won the game off of it. We've only played 6 matches, so... We only played 6? I don't remember remembering that wrong. Yeah, only 6. Yeah. Wanted just doesn't have anything. Yeah, Weaver does help out a lot. It's a great card. Probably should have countered the Slither Blade there. It was not. Again, playing pretty sloppily here when victory is in our grasp. Probably should have just Essence Scattered that though. Again, that's kind of the only way I can see him winning the game. Although, I think it's pretty tough for my opponent anyway. Yeah, I think a combination of playing slower opponents and just having a deck that really can be the final word and going big. It got us there. 9 counters on As Foretold. It's like 1 counter away from Omniscience? Something like that. Yeah. That is the end. Maybe initiate. It's not quite the end. It's pretty close. So he has to block. Yeah, he has to block all the worms. He just goes to 1. Alright. Managed to get there. Definitely some sloppy play, but managed to get there, and I think by the time that we were not paying as much attention, it didn't matter as much, but no real excuse there. I think the deck was really cool. It seemed pretty strong. Definitely it was pretty balmy. Samut, Angler Drake, Sandworm Convergence. Never saw the pull from tomorrow, but all pretty great. And then we had a good number of counter spells and Naga Oracles. Naga Oracles are pretty good blockers. Definitely pulled their weight and helped us find our bombs in that deck. It was a lot of fun to play. Still have to do the Enigma Drake someday. I really want to get to work, but I think the deck does need to kind of open itself up for you, and I think other people are also excited. So, I don't know if we'll ever have a chance to play that deck, but that's on the bucket list. Hopefully we'll get there. In any case, thanks for watching. Everyone that's watching on YouTube, definitely like the video, comment if you saw anything that you thought I could have done better, have any thoughts on the deck. Feel free to subscribe if you want to see more content. Thanks so much for everyone that watched.